Okay, so we are live.
Great.
This is Brenda Edelman, and this is my client, Paula James. How are you today?
Wonderful. Good to be here with you.
That's so awesome. Let me check if we are on Facebook. I believe we are. It's on there. So hopefully there won't be like sounds going all over the all over the place. Thanks so much for meeting me today. I just wanted to share a little bit about well, it's been such a pleasure to work with you and to watch you grow exponentially as a storyteller and also with the video.
Yes.
So why don't you just share? Because I know, because I've been on the journey with you. Like I look right now at your composition and your colors and like everything, and I am so happy. Why don't you first just share about what it was like before? Like where were you with video presentation before? And also before that, sorry, just say briefly what you do. What stuff you do.
Yeah, thank you. So I teach movement classes, yoga and several other modalities, working with people individually and in groups. And I had always taught in person up until the pandemic. So then figuring out how to teach over Zoom was new for me. So I was a few months into that journey when I met you through someone else's coaching program, and you were offering a challenge about storytelling, and I took that, and it just in the first exercise clarified for me what one of the big messages is about what my purpose is, why I'm in the business that I'm in. And I thought, well, that hardly took any time on her part, and it hardly took any time on mine to really move me a big jump forward in how to talk about what I'm doing. So then I joined you in Unforgettable Presence, and I was pretty lost. I mean, I could teach classes, but most of my classes were to people who already had known me in person. So we already had that together. And all this background you helped me with in Unforgettable Presence, because this is just my kitchen. So I have doors behind me, and so we just made the background very simple and very supportive about what I'm doing. A little bit of color with the flowers, and looked at what colors look good on me, so that when I'm just supported, that my clothes, my makeup and hair, my environment is supporting me, so that there's no distraction from what message I'm getting
right
across.
And so that it's visually pleasing. And what I will say too, working with you one-on-one, we also created another space for you in another area of your house for that, and it's just little tweaks of like moving things a little bit around and stuff like that. So that's so great. Yeah. And Unforgettable Presence is it was my 8-week program that I probably will be offering it again, and that's a combination of storytelling and also video. And
I just want to say, when you say storytelling, people can think all kinds of things, but what I worked on in Unforgettable Presence for my part were very short stories related to my business. So if people are thinking about storytelling as far as folk tales or creative writing, the stories I was working on were really, what are the stories that will help people get to know me as a teacher, and will help them get to know whether or not they want to work with me. And video is so important now. And if you are at all hesitant or unsure about what you're doing on video, then really I encourage them to work with you.
Right. And when I actually have a program, while this will be evergreen at some point, I have a program starting tomorrow, the 24th of April, which is my video makeover weekend, which is I take all the video, like in Unforgettable Presence, I had my digital training you on video, which is often sold separately. And I use the techniques that people learn from that inside the video makeover weekends, where it's an intensive way to get 3 of your business videos done with my help, with my feedback, in a very budget friendly way, where you really just get it done, versus what I find is so many people are, they have the course content, but they know their videos don't really reflect the badass nature of who they are, like the expertise they have, their personality, things like that. So we work on that. We work on the about page. We work on, being comfortable in live streams or doing interviews like this, and using variety and things like that. That was definitely something we worked on.
It was a big thing we worked on for me. And the performance tips that you gave from your acting background, it wasn't about making me look like an actor. It was about making the message something people could really hear. so that it wasn't so flat and boring that they had to work really hard, and it just was clear, and it puts the message across in a way that that it's easy for people to receive and understand it.
Yeah, and the other thing I wanted to just mention briefly is that you have been through several rounds of my Healing Through Story Tell Yours, which is another program. It's not only focused on business, because Unforgettable Presence had a lot of business, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, authors, web designers, yoga teachers, things like that. So I'm always saying, okay, how do you tell your story most effectively in service to your business? Now, Healing Through Story, I also get entrepreneurs. My base is performers and also entrepreneurs. And something interesting happened. Well, that is a Healing Through Story Tell Yours program, which incorporates all of my skill as an actress with a one-person show that I've performed all over the world, and my spiritual psychology and the healing. You chose to do something interesting after the first one, where you worked on like how you got into your business and we put a personal story in there. You chose something really interesting.
Right. So the work that I do around movement, I'm very often working with people who are in chronic pain. And the big story that we worked on for me in Unforgettable Presence was my pain story about the accident that first set me off into 10 years of chronic pain. So that was an important story to tell and be able to tell well and efficiently and effectively. And then when Healing Through Story started, I thought, you know what, I just want to have a break from my pain that's now in my past and from the other people that I work with. And so I went back to a time in my life that was really joyful and fun. And I pulled together some pieces from that we polished up and it just sort of revivified and amplified that aspect of my life. Which also was exciting because we were kind of halfway into the shutdown at that point. And so what I was telling were travel stories about when I used to ride my bicycle around the streets in Shanghai, so like a time in my life when things were very joyful and happy, and also a time in history when we could move around the planet. And it was nice to really bring that in and turn up the volume on it right now.
So let me ask you something. What do you think the biggest things you've learned from me so far having to do with storytelling are? Like, how were you as far as telling stories and commanding a space, even on video, and sharing before you started working with me and now? What's it like?
I think I had some of this before about it's not important every detail of what happened. It's about what will communicate to someone else. But I think I just have that turned up even more now about, well, of all the things that I can say, what will actually serve the story and what will serve the story in this telling.
Yeah, and some of the things are, order, like how do you share things, and absolutely not putting in some of those details and things like that. I think a lot also, like, what would you say is the difference between your performance?
Well, so I think also what I got from that very first challenge with you was about bringing in sensory details so that you give the audience a way to share in the experience that you're telling about, that it's not just recounting what happened, but giving them a sense of what it looks like and sounds like and feels like to be there. And that's something that is the next piece that I need to work up on the story that I'm working for now.
Which is amazing. That's exactly
right.
The breakthrough that you had. We have a showcase for that coming up. Again, I don't know how timely this will be, but in the beginning of May, I think it's May 12th or 15th. It's the Saturday that you'll be performing, because in that class I have people performing their 5 to 10 minute pieces that have been developed and directed by me. So if people are thinking about working with me, like I have my video makeover weekend coming up today,
which would be great, right? Because it's a very affordable way to get started, and it would be a way to get a lot done in a short amount of time. So they'd have a great introduction to what you can really help them accomplish. And also, I just want people to know you're so skillful at what you do when you're performing, but also at teaching, at helping people find the next step for them that will make a big difference. And so enthusiastic. I mean, as soon as any of us get something moving in the right direction, your face lights up, and it's really it's a nice immediate reward to see your enthusiasm for our growth.
It's true, and I love the communities that we have. Stephanie is on right now saying hello,
Oh, yay.
actually on Facebook, one of the other people who is in Healing Through Story, Tell Yours right now and working with me. So yeah, so just to wrap up, where do you think you are now? Well, first of all, do you think people, if they need to, I guess it would be, because I think
Here,
something,
I've
that
been teaching for a long time, movement classes, and now I'm trying to figure out how to teach online and how to promote it online. And it was another one of my business coaches suggested that I do 5 days of 5-minute videos and put those up on my Facebook page. And it turned out to be a fantastic idea because it gives people a chance to experience and follow the directions and have a result. And I was so confident with how do I set up the space, and this is another thing that I'd like people to know is before I worked with you, I could record a video and look at it and know that I didn't like it, but not know what to do to make it better. And now if I watch, I can say, oh, my pacing is off. Oh, I'm not quite in the frame. Oh, the lighting needs, oh, the
that's
background. And
exactly
so
it.
I know exactly, okay, this one I don't want to put out for the public to see, and here's what I'm going to do to make it better next time. So that it's not a frustrating experience of, oh, I didn't like that one either, and I didn't like the next one or the next one. I'm just terrible at this. Now it's, okay, here's what I don't like about it, and here's what I'm going to do differently next. Oh, that's much better. And then either I go with it or I do one more tweak, but I'm so much more skillful now at knowing, oh, what can I do that will actually improve it so that I'll be happier with the next take.
That's so awesome, which is what I always want to do. I want to impart what I know to you guys from all the acting I've done and all the online business stuff that I've done. And I'm just so proud of
So
you.
if any of the watchers are just frustrated of, oh, I can't do video, well, what you do is help give us the skills so that we can make decisions, make really good decisions for ourselves moment to moment about what would get us our message across better, what would make us look better, what would really support the business.
And quickly, and I'm very customized. I work with everyone. There's no cookie cutters. I work with you where you are, so that, you know, you're going to wear different colors. You're going to have a different style. You're going to express yourself in a different way than the next person who comes because of their life experience and what their business is and everything like that. Well, thank you so much for being here. You want to just say the name of your business and maybe a way for people to reach you?
Sure. So I'm Paula James at Art of Moving Well. I have a Facebook group called Vibrant Living with Paula James, and also a Facebook page, Art of Moving Well with Paula James. And those 5-minute videos that I talked about are all up on the Facebook page. So so people can go look for those.
Wonderful. And I guess to leave, I will say I didn't have the link, but I'll pop the link in here for the Video Makeover Weekend, which starts tomorrow, April.
Which is a great introduction to how to work with you.
Thank you. It's a great introduction, and you're going to get so much done. You're going to get your 3 business videos done and also be able to work on your story in there. And then I also have a Facebook page group called Becoming Unforgettable. So if you want more goodness like that, come in there. And later on, I'll be talking more about Healing Through Story, Tell Yours. Thank you so much,
You're
Paula.
so welcome. It's a pleasure to talk with you.
Have a fantastic day.
Thank you.